And then Push-Ups came out. I was like, And then Taylor Made came out, and I was just like, trolling the coast.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was thinking too. I was like, oh, he went back to back, and that was what the Tupac thing.
The Tupac shit kind of threw me. Cause I'm like, damn, he just made his voice in Tupac, like, you know. So I was like, then Euphoria came, and I'm like, yeah, get his ass, you know, like that type of thing. And then 616 came out, and okay, no, 616 came out. Family Matters, all right. I like Family Matters. I thought it was tight.
Yeah.
And then that night, the Family Matters came out. I was in the studio, and I was even like 2 days before that though. I knew I had been sending them beats. Did I think it was gonna be in a part of this shit? No.
Right.
I was talking to my homeboy Lil S, and I'm like, hey man, I'm in the store shopping. I'm like, man, if that nigga ever drop a song on my beat, it's over. I kept saying I went on a bike ride. It was like 4 people. I told my girl, I'm like, if he do some shit like some LA shit, it's over. And I just kept thinking in my head, I'm just like, man, I hope he does.
Period, or on like with the beef in mind?
No, I'm just saying.
Period.
No. At first, I was just like, I just want to do a song.
Right, and now you're focused in on.
And then I was just like, if he pull out that card and just do a mustard beat in the middle of this shit, it's over.
Hey man, you had never hit Dot and said, hey man, look at these beats. So you weren't even.
I was sending them beats. I wasn't even paying. Like, I was paying attention. We all was paying attention. But I was on some like, nigga, if you gonna drop an album anytime, I don't know. Still, I was just like sending stuff because I just want to stay on the top of your mind. I want to get a song with you. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. Whether it's beef or not beef, me being from California, I feel like everybody want a song with Kendrick. Just, you know, like, it's Kendrick. So when 616, when Family Matters came out, I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, ooh, this shit crazy. And then fucking Meet the Grams came out, I'm like, ooh, shit. Man. I'm tweeting, I'm not knowing nothing. I don't know what the fuck is going on, what Kendrick doing. I'm not texting him like, hey, I don't know nothing. All I'm texting him is beats. Or, hey, top of the morning, boom, I'm talking about my garden. I'm talking to him about normal shit. I'm not talking about
tennis. Anyone?
I'm actually
tennis?
not talking to him about the beef at all. Like, we don't talk. We was never talking about that. We was just, I'm like, check this out. I'm sending different type of shit, not just LA turn shit, just all type of shit. So I remember I texted him about this song on my album, and I wanted him on it, and I've been trying to get him on it. He's not on it, but I was just trying to get him on it. And I'm like, this is the morning, Not Like Us drop. So I'm on my way to a baby shower. I'm like, hey man, you know, I got this song. No, he already knew about the song. I'm like, I need it. I'm about to do this. He never answered me. This whole day, it's like 2:00.
Because we're at one point when I saw you, because you had went out for Lovers and Friends.
No, I was DJing that night.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so it just happened to be Lovers and Friends that day.
Right.
So I'm on my way to a baby shower. My girl's in another car. I'm in another car because I gotta go to the airport. She's staying back. Or maybe we was going, I don't know. Anyway, somehow she's in another car. And we on the freeway, and Miko texts me, mustard on the beat, ho. And I'm like, what? Like, or he said he dropped again. And I'm like, what? Okay. I'm thinking he's late, because he's always late.
Right.
Like, he don't be on his phone and shit. I'm like, nigga, you dropped last night, shut up.
Yeah.
Then I get another text, mustard on the beat, ho. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what did I miss? And that's how I heard the song, on the fucking 405 freeway, driving. Nigga, I start spazzing. I'm like, I just start screaming. I just rolled the window down. I'm telling my girl. She's like, what? I sent her the link, and I was just like, I gotta get the phone. And I'm just like listening to it over and over. I'm just like,
man, and it was the one.
And
did you get, when we talked in Vegas, you were saying how you sent them the 5 beats, and then you said they requested, what is it, the skins?
The stems.
The stems.
Yeah, like the stems to the beat. But still, you know, that doesn't
that happens.
Yeah, that happens. It's like, he got a lot of stems in mind.
Right.
Like, you know, I don't think it's like, I didn't think it was this.
Right.
Like, you know, and when I got to the baby shower, it was like, when I knew it was like something, like I didn't know it was that. Like, I knew it was crazy because I just know what good music is. But next door to the party, they was already playing it. Like, they was playing this shit. Like, bro. I'm talking about, it only dropped for 20 minutes. It wasn't out like that long.
Hey man, literally, I'm in Vegas for the Lovers and Friends, right? And so Fuzzy hits me up. And Fuzz, he sends me, you know, whatever before Not Like Us. You know what I'm saying? And then he hits me back, and he was like, man, did you hear such and such? I was like, yeah, man. I said, I already heard it. He was like, no, did you hear such and such? And I'm like, I said, I heard it.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, he dropped again. So literally from me just unpacking my bag.
Yeah, to then. Yeah. It was crazy.
Man, I heard that Mustard on the beat, and I was like,
bro. I'm like, I just wanted a song. You set the tag too?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that's just crazy.
Hey, man, and that was one of those moments, bro, where You know how sometimes you get like, oh, something got to grow on me, or I gotta, bro.
Yeah.
That didn't have to grow on you.
Yeah, it was instant.
And it was instant. When I saw you in the airport the next day, I was like, man.
I was still in shock.
Bro.
Couldn't believe it.
I was in shock when you said I didn't know. I knew it. I said, man, when did you know? And you was like, man, I knew when you knew.
Everybody, my uncle was with me the night before, right? One of my uncles was with me the night before in the studio. He texted me, said, man, why you ain't tell me? I didn't know either.
Like, man, why they didn't tell me?
Yeah, they didn't tell me. I was like,
hey, man, where does that put you at? Like, cause you're looking at the beef. You know what I'm saying? And you doing the mustard thing. You know what I'm saying? Mustard, you get loud.
Yeah.
But where does that put you at now when you say, man, now I'm in this?
I just think my loyalty is with California.
Gotcha.
You know, at the end of the day, you know, I don't have a personal vendetta with him or anybody over there for whatever. But my loyalty lies with California. Yeah. Because when all else fails, California is who's gonna root for me forever.
Yeah, man.
You know, and the Bay and LA and like us as a coast, it's like it's home. Like that's where I'm at.
Hey, man, where do you hear that song now? Because I'm saying you can't get away from it. It's on TV. Yeah. It's at NBA games. Yeah. It's at live events. It's at concerts. Let alone, you know, it's in the clubs.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't escape it.
Right. It's crazy. It's like I still every day when I wake up, I'm like, dang, that really happened.
Do you remember making it?
Yeah.
Not Like Us?
Yeah, I remember making a beat. I made it on like April 6th.
Oh,
my
damn.
manager's birthday. Miko's birthday. I was 5 beats a day.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I'm at the studio. It's like 3:00. And I'm like, I make the 5 beats. So usually I don't send beats one by one. I would just make the 5 and then I'll just send them all 5 at once.
Did you send Not Like Us to anyone else?
No. Any of the beats I ever sent him, I've sent. Nobody's ever had these beats. Nah, all the beats that I've ever sent him is just.
So you specifically making 5 beats for Kendrick? Wow.
5 beats for him. And I sent those beats. I went to it. Miko had a surprise dinner, and at 12:00 at night, he had like hearted, like, ooh, this is crazy. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, and then the next day, I'm back to 5 beats again. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah.
Hey, man, at any point after you send, how many beats of 5? You said probably 100 beats? Or how many you think you sent?
Maybe like 50.
50 beats.
60, yeah.
At any point, were you about to say, man, fuck this?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
You know, that's probably like the last 5, like, baby, after this last 5, man, fuck this
Nah,
shit,
because I'm always like a firm believer on, like, you know, like, when it's time, it's time. Like, you know, like, and also I'm a firm believer on it only takes one. Yeah. And that's with everything. It's not like, I always tell my homies like that do music, it's like you get one hit, it can change your life.
But Mustard, you already got like so many accolades.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like some people be like, man, hold on, bro, I'm Mustard. You know what I'm saying?
One thing I did speak with Kendrick about is like removing the ego. I don't have an ego. I don't have an ego when it comes to like making music or like collaborating with people or other producers, or even how I may look to get a person to finish a song for me for my album. I might call a dude 100 times, like, and it's happened before, and it's like, I don't have, like, you know, like you can call, I'm calling Roddy, maybe I don't have to call Roddy that many times, but say if I'm calling, I don't know, anybody 100 times trying to get him to do the song, nobody's ever gonna hear the song when it comes out and be like, or Travis Scott, for instance.
Right.
If I had to call him and chase him down, and I'm calling him over and over, blowing his phone up, some people be like, I'm not blowing his phone up.
You're right.
Me, I don't think anybody's gonna listen to the song if it's good and be like, I wonder how many times you have to call him.
Right. Yeah.
The ego part of it doesn't matter.
Man, you know that he had to call Travis like probably 42 times on this one, man.
Travis had to catch Travis, man.
Yeah, but you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
And that was another one, bro. As soon as you press play on that,
it
didn't have to grow on you.
Yeah,
man.
Feeling.
Hey, man, Faith of a Mustard Seed.
Yes, sir.
That's the album.
Yes.
That's a hell of a title too, bro.
Man, I got that title from Nipsey, the last album.
Really though?
Yeah. When he was doing Perfect 10, the song Perfect 10 on my album, he was like, man, you should name this album Faith of a Mustard Seed, because the Perfect 10 song wasn't going on my album. It's a total different beat he did. And then when he passed away, I was like, man, I really want to do a song for Nip. And I listened to that song and we redid the song, and it just was beautiful, you know. And then, but that night, the last night that he was in the studio with me, we talked for hours on hours, crazy. And he was like, man, you should name this album Faith of a Mustard Seed. I'm like, I already got the title, it's Perfect 10. And he's like, well, before it's all said and done, you gotta do Faith of a Mustard Seed.
Wow.
And I'm like, all right. You know, and when I was making this album, I was doing this other album. I can't say the title of it because I'm still gonna use it, but it's doing this other album, and I made a song for my mom on this album. Cause she's a really big Luther Vandross fan. And I sampled a Luther Vandross song. And when I made that song, that was like the turning point for me.
On
like,
Faith of a Mustard Seed?
On Faith of a Mustard Seed.
Wow.
Yeah, and when I made that, it was like the turning point.
Hey, man, and just from what I'm hearing with not just with the title and where the title came from, and already just hearing what the title is.
Yeah.
This one is a little more deep, not deep, because deep is such a personal.
Definitely personal.
And how so personal?
I guess like just the from like, I remember like doing songs and like playing Vince Staples' my album. And he was like, man, if you, this has to be really personal, because like my sister's on the intro, like my sister's really on the intro talking. My mom's voice is on this album. She's talking on this like skits and stuff like that. And he was like, that's really personal. And then it's a song with me like actually like rapping on the album, like an outro. And it's like, it's just personal. I never rapped before, you know what I'm saying? It's not like something I've ever done. And just all the songs mean something. It gives you a feeling. It's like,
so it's a well thought of like project that just really kind of fall together too.
Most definitely.
And you play that for Vince Staples?
Yeah, I play.
Ooh, you tough.
Yeah. Vince crazy.
Man, I ain't playing nothing for Vince Staples,
Vince
bro.
Staples he'll
let you know. That dude would literally pull the blanket back and say, "Yeah, your baby ugly."
Yeah, he crazy. It's something wrong with him.
Yeah, that's an ugly baby right there, man.
At first he was like, "They don't deserve your mama. They don't deserve your sister on the intro." I was like, man, Vince, what?
Right.
That's crazy, man.
Hey, man, so that's July 26th?
Yes,
or
sir.
around
26.
Man, and when we do talk about accolades and so many things, man, do you know how to make music without being extra critical on yourself?
Yeah, because I just go off of feeling.
Okay.
However I feel in the daytime, or, you know, I kind of work in the studio in the day. I don't really do overnight stuff because I like workouts. I don't like being in the studio at nighttime. It's like kind of like I don't get anything done. I always go to sleep. So
right.
I'm in the studio through the day like a normal job. And I guess I'm critical because, you know, some beats I'll scrap them. I don't like this no more. You know, stuff like that. But for the most part, I just go off of feeling. If it feels good, I think people will like it. That's where I'm going with it.
Hey, man, just quick back to Not Like Us. Yeah. When did you and Kendrick have a conversation? Like, what was that first conversation after he released it and you didn't know that it was out, and after all the text messages and everything?
So when it came out...
Did I talk to you before he talked to you?
No. When it came out, so I had texted him that day earlier. He didn't answer. The song came out and I FaceTimed him. I'm like... And we just like started laughing. It was like, man, he was like, we got one. That's what he was telling me. We got one. And I was just like, wow. And I was like, thank you. You know, like, I didn't have no words. So I'm just like, man, I just, coming from here, being from here, you know, like, South Central is not far from Compton. You know, like, so it's like getting one with a Coast legend. It's like, all right, bet. Like,
and is this like, your first number one as Mustard?
First number one, yep. First number one.
That's crazy, bro.
Songs. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. Crazy. Have you heard it today?
Yeah, in the gym.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
In the gym, yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, I know. We've been here for a few hours, so I know I probably heard it like 12, 13 times.
Yeah, I heard it in the gym.
Already, yeah, it's no escape. And why would you?
Yeah.
What did the pop-out feel like to you?
Man, it just felt like super like energy and just like love and like it's nothing. I've never seen anything like that.
Same.
Like I'm walking backstage, it's dudes that's Crips, dudes that's Bloods. Nobody is smirking at each other. Nobody banging on each other.
Yeah.
Nobody. It was just all love. Everybody was just happy to be there, just to be, you know, in the presence of like this whole forum. We in Inglewood. There's people from Inglewood there, like gangs from Inglewood.
Yeah,
There's gangs that don't get along with them.
You know what
right,
that
right
felt
here.
like too, man? That energy felt like. You know how when a championship happened and you don't know the person, but you high-fiving?
Yeah.
Did you see the video of people walking out singing Not Like Us?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just walking out the forum, just singing it, man.
Yeah.
And when he went into it the first time, I was like, and when he did A minor and let it go, I was like, oh, he about to do it again. Because we were talking on air, and I was like, man, he gotta watch the throne this. He got a Ninja in Paris this.
It was crazy.
Beforehand, look at that. That's probably somebody calling trying to give you $1 million now.
That's my tennis alert.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious. I'll be at the tennis courts at 10:30.
Hey, man, but just watching that and what it felt like, because I know what it felt like in the audience.
Yeah. I mean, I was in the audience the first one, and when I'm watching Dre, and I'm just like losing it, like, did Dre just intro the song? I couldn't believe it. I was just like, wow.
When you heard that, psst, I see dead people.
I was like, oh man. I just started going crazy, and it was just like crazy. Everybody started going crazy. It was wild.
Hey, man, let me tell you, dude, when he went into it like the second time, I was like, man, if he go into this again, I'm on that stage.
Yeah.
And I watch everything from the audience, Mustard.
Yeah.
But man, I had to get on that stage, bro. There's probably some video of me looking goofy.
Let me up.
Yeah, look like one of them little animals in them little claw machines. Like,
I don't think anybody cared about how they looked.
Oh, man.
At that time, we was all just happy to just be there. And
hey,
was
dude,
like
I literally, like, my wife, I looked at her text messages.
Yeah.
She just texted me, baby, smile. I guess I was looking like too rough and throwing up W's, and her and my daughter was like, Dad, smile, baby, smile. Right. You looking like, I'm like, man, I'm having a moment right here. And it was at no time I'm gonna be on stage with Kendrick be like, yeah,
let me smile.
Yeah, looking at my wife.
It look like,
And you know how you look at the monitor like,
yeah.
And you're not looking in the right place because the camera's over here.
Crazy.
But it was a moment, man.
It was super.
It was you knew that you were living a historic moment.
Yeah. It's crazy because like my homeboy Lil S, when I was talking to him, he was telling me, he's like, man, he called me like after, like maybe like a week or two after the song. He's like, you understand? It's like really history, man. Like this is like, you know, this is like you a part of something that's gonna be around forever. Your kids gonna see this.
Mustard,
like, wow.
Man, do people go to you and say, man, thank you?
Yeah, sometimes,
yeah. Because I know when there's times I be like, man, thank you,
man.
And if you see me slap hands with Kendrick, that's what I said to him.
No, I tell him that all the time because it's like I told him, it's like it was maybe a month before this or 2 months before this. I'm talking to my publicist, everybody like, I don't know what I'm gonna do for a rollout. What am I gonna do to make people understand that I'm about to drop an album? I don't want to do drip checks again and the funny stuff that we was talking about.
Yeah.
I don't really care to do that like that. But I was just like, what is gonna be the rollout? What are we gonna do? And it was like this song, and it was just like, that's the I couldn't have bought this rollout.
Right.
You know
Hell no.
I couldn't pay for it.
Hell no. And then, do you ever think, Mustard, like, man, that's me?
Yeah, 1000%. And it's crazy because, man, I usually collaborate with a lot of people on beats sometimes. Like, and this one happened to be just me and one other person, my homeboy Sean. And it was just crazy. It was like, how it happened was just crazy.
And you made it out, of course, the video.
Yeah.
Just when I think like, okay, the song, this is the end.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, the pop out, okay, the pop out.
Yeah.
And then it was like, you're gonna shoot the video. I'm like, oh Lord.
Man. We talked about that before the pop out and all that stuff. He's like, man, we should do a video. And I didn't think we was gonna still do it. I was like, all right, like when I heard we was doing it, I was just like, oh, this is gonna be crazy. Like,
oh man.
And we started really, really early, and then we went to Tams, and by the time we came out of Tams, it was like the streets was packed. It was like I had never seen nothing like that.
Dude, yeah, that's like some Dre Tupac takeover.
Yeah, that's what we was talking about in the car. I was like, man, this felt like how it felt in California Love. He was like, I seen that video. Kendrick was like, I seen
he said he went to the swap meet, huh?
Yeah, well, he was like, I was on my dad's shoulders, and I was like, really? He was like, yeah, and then we seen a little boy the same way, and I was like, that's the same thing.
On his dad's shoulders.
The same thing. I was like, wow, it's crazy.
Man, the hat in the video, is that Toronto Blue Jays?
Yeah, it's the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, I didn't get.
I wasn't trolling because everybody thought I was trolling. I really wasn't.
So you
trolling.
Just happened because it didn't match the outfit?
No. Look, for real.
Okay, no, I'm here.
I bought a lot of hats that I like. I bought an STL hat. I bought what's this, Angels hat or Braves hat, and I put Faith of a Mustard Seed on all of them. I sweated out 2 of my hats at the
video
pop
shoot?
out.
Oh, okay.
Out. And that was the last hat I had with Faith of a Mustard Seed on it. It just happened to be a Toronto Blue Jays hat.
Oh, okay. So it's one of the hats that because I saw just a clip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I grew up in the jungles. Like we all wore that hat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like
you grew up where?
In the jungles. I wasn't.
Say it again.
What? In the jungles.
No. And say it one more time. You grew up in
the jungles.
There it is, right there.
Yeah. So.
Thank you, bro. He grew up in the jungles, right?
Oh, really?
But he said that. They call it the jungle. I thought it was the jungle. I'm like, how did you grow up in the jungle?
They call it the jungles, the Jays.
But
Jays.
with an S.
Yeah, jungle.
He said jungle. Yeah, jungle. All right, let's let it go. Like that too. Yeah, but he's not important in this interview. we got so much to cover. There's an album.
Like,
there's Teen Summer.
I wear like the NY hat. That's Nip hat, the neighborhoods. Like that. It's just like our hats mean a lot of different things. So it's like I never thought that much into it to be like, oh, I'm trying to troll y'all.
Right. Because I know if you did, you would say like, hell yeah, put that hat on.
If I was on that, then I would have probably whacked the Blue Jay out with the X between. It's like I wasn't on that though.
And I think we know you well enough, Mustard, to be like, oh yeah, I was on that.
Yeah, if I was on that, I'd have whacked the Blue Jay. I really wasn't on. I would have had the airbrush whack the X.
I definitely wasn't on that, man.
Nah.
Now talk to me, man. Now the new album drops July 26th.
Yes.
And the new album is Faith of a Mustard Seed.
Yes.
Now, who doesn't call back? Because out the gate is Travis Scott. Who's on the album?
Man, you know my typicals: Roddy's, Ty. We got Future on there, some LA Vince, Schoolboys on it. Ella, obviously. It's,
hey, man.
Charlie Wilson's on it. He's really
that's
twice.
Dope.
He's on it twice.
Hey, man, does it feel like, even though you were making this album, and when you say, man, I got some of my usual suspects, and it's a lot of homegrown on there.
Yeah.
Does it feel like this album momentum with Not Like Us, like, oh my God, like I wasn't even planning this?
Yeah. I mean, I've been working on this album for like 4 or 5 years. So it's like I got so many songs. It's not a lot of songs on the album, but I've been working on this album for so long, and it was just like, man, like, that's why it was so precious for me. It's like the 5 years of making it, and then I come with Not Like Us, or we come with Not Like Us, and it's like, oh, perfect. It's perfect timing. Like,
that's the sun, moon, and the stars, bro.
Yeah.
How's everything health wise with you, man? You playing tennis? And
man, I play tennis like 2 times a day, every day.
How did you fall in love with tennis?
I think Ella started playing and Miko and them, and I went one day and
just stop by talking shit.
Stop by, play. I play a lot of ping pong, and it's like, and I was like, I like this.
That's a lot of body though.
Yeah.
If you really trying to play some tennis,
it's serious.
Yeah, man. Like,
but I love it, man. I play every day, sometimes twice a day. So.
Yeah. But who are you playing with? Because it's not like you can call Roddy or YG or something.
YG thinks he can beat me, but he's
hilarious.
He can't do that with me.
In them slippery ass shoes.
Yeah, Roddy doesn't even. He's not even thinking about it. But like, who plays that? I mean, I got a coach. I got a couple coaches, and then it's like a whole community of people. Like I have like a whole it's an arsenal of people to play with.
That's crazy.
Are you into
man.
pickleball at all?
Nah.
No.
I ain't really
you the Antichrist. Huh?
Yeah,
you don't have no tennis player that.
I ain't playing no pickleball.
Everybody's on it, man.
But you playing every day?
I'm going after I leave here.
And how's everything health wise, man? Because
I'm good, man. You know how I go. I fluctuate. I get up. Right now I'm on trying to be 215 by my album drop. I'm like 230 something right now.
Really though?
Yeah.
Man, you work out hard though.
Yeah.
You know, I watch your workouts. I don't participate. Are you still with Just Train?
Nah, I'll go with Chris now. He got his gym. His name is Legacy. It's called Legacy Athletics.
But y'all really working out in there too, huh?
Yeah.
I ain't trying to do that.
Yeah. Now you should come, man. It's pretty cool. It'll be all right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely come.
Oh yeah. I'll come. You said try it out. I almost committed to you said try it out. Yeah, I come by, man, and just get some. You know, I bring Ani. We get some social clips or something. I'll pick up a weight or something.
Yeah. It'd be good.
Why is health so important to you?
Because, man, I got kids, and I just want to be healthy. I'm a hypochondriac, so anything, I used to call you, hey, man, I don't know, man, my arm hurting a little bit. You think I'm having a heart attack?
Hey, man, I think we talk more about health and other things than music.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think we ever talked about music. I think it's always like, hey, what you think about this, man?
What about
my arm hurting a little bit.
What you eating on them, man?
Yeah,
I seen you over there working out. And just check in. You got to, especially now, bro.
Yeah, I'm 34. I just told... Who did I tell that? I told somebody that the other day. I want to be in the best shape of my life by the time I get 35. So
I heard that.
I'm on a mission now.
It's crazy because we got so many things that can pull us away from it.
Yeah.
What you put on your rider, the things you can afford, and then you start to realize, like, man, none of this.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah, if I don't take care of me.
If you don't take care of yourself, all the money and everything else, that don't matter.
Yeah,
you're not here for your kids to raise them. No, that stuff don't matter.
It's crazy. It's crazy when you start to realize that.
Yeah. I think I started realizing it a couple years ago.
Right.
And then, I got to I think my lowest weight was like 204 or something like that. And then I just start feeling myself and start eating again.
Right, yeah.
You know how that
Isn't
goes,
it delicious though?
Yeah, it's crazy. I love food, man. I think I'm just like, food is just, man. I love food. I got a real relationship with food.
Oh my God, you think
I
you do?
Stop it.
What was your biggest?
My biggest weight?
Yeah, the most you weighed.
340?
Yeah, see, I would have strangled a man with my bare hands that had gotten down to 340. my surgery date was 511.
Oh man.
So I think my biggest was probably 550 pounds.